Mary Jane Bailey, 80 East Wallen Lake Road. I'm really going to direct everything I have to say to you, Mr. Solicitor. Sorry? Personally, I'm offended because I feel like you have called us all stupid, and here's why. Talking about all the emotional testimony. Well, I'm going to tell you, sir, that there are a number of engineers in this town, some who have read all 400 to 500 pages of that application. I've done research myself. When I did my testimony before the siting board, I took Invenergy's own application, took all the pollutants they're going to put in the air, compared them with articles from the World Health Organization, American Cancer Society, the EPA. And so, I'm sorry, I don't consider my testimony to have been emotional. And Janet Coit told someone she was quite impressed with the information that our townspeople gave. And so, how dare you call our testimony emotional? It was not. I'm not done. Let me speak. I was bright enough to realize that if this bill went through, it didn't kill the plant. It just gave us a little voice with the tax treaty. Because, quite frankly, there are a number of people that would like to make sure that because they're in such close proximity, they will be bought out, which is something Invenergy does not usually do. So I think that they would like to know that's in a tax treaty. You know, things about, I have a husband who's been on the Pasco Fire Department for 53 years. And yet, Invenergy says, oh, they're going to train those men to handle hazmat things. For instance, we were talking about the 40,000 gallons of ammonia. Let me tell you something. Do your research, because if there's ever a leak in that tank, there will be dead people. There will be dead people. And it won't be just at the plant, but depending on how bad it is, it could be in the neighborhood. And I'm sorry for the policemen in this room, but my husband tells me that many years ago in training, they were told the cock rule. And you know what that is? When there's a hazmat situation, usually the police rush in. Stand back, see if they fall on the ground. If they do, then you wait. All right? So you're asking, or they want to ask, our volunteer fire department, most of whom work during the day, and so if something happens, they would not be available. All right? Things like that are important to me in a tax treaty too, that those things are taken care of. I want to see Invenergy have their people on site so that if there's something wrong. So, yeah, we're not just emotional people. We thought these things out. And so, please don't be so arrogant when you're speaking about us, and give us the credit that we are due because we've done our homework. That's all I have to say. Yes, you may.
Not once did I ever refer to anybody here as being stupid or that their arguments are stupid. What I was referring to is the planning board, when they issue their advisory opinion, should be supported by sound scientific fact that will carry the weight with the siting board and hopefully be influential with them. Therefore, we have these experts that we hope to utilize their opinions to back up this advisory opinion and try to convince the siting board what to do, what not to do. We don't want to just say we don't want the power plant. We want to tell them why.
And that's what we did.
And that's what we're doing. And that's what
we're doing.
And that's what the plant, yes, but we don't have that power to tell the siting board, don't do it.
But you called our testimony emotional. It was not emotional. People have spent hours upon hours doing their homework. It's not emotional testimony. That's what my problem is.
You have to admit, there was, in front of the siting board, There's been an awful lot of shouting, yelling, screaming.
Would you say that was the majority of
This
it?
is our
Those-
future, we get emotional.
Right, but I'm not saying that you can't be emotional. What I'm saying is that a planning board should have real scientific basis for making recommendations.
Well,
And that's what we're doing.
And that's what I did also. That's the kind of testimony
But for you
that
to-
the majority of people
But for you
have
to
given.
characterize what I'm saying as calling you stupid, it's just plain wrong.
Well, you said that we were emotional, and I just wanted to make sure you understood. We gave educated testimony.